Oh, what's good everyone? So, I'm not gonna lie, I have fully lost my touch. I've tried filming this video like 3-4 times and I've fully lost my touch. I started just watching back on some of my old vlogs, thinking to myself, what was I doing? Like, what was I doing? How was I walking around the camera holding it? Anyway, long story short, in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you a full tour of BBHQ. Okay, all right, so first things first, I feel like I need to offer a little bit of background so everyone knows what's going down. My name's Dan, I own a business called Broke Boys. It is a brand and clothing company born from the automotive market here in the UK. Now, obviously, if you're an old subscriber tuning in, I owe you a huge apology. Last year, I attempted to come back onto the YouTube channel for like the 3rd or 4th time, and let's just say, because of Corona, it stopped me from doing that. I tried to do a podcast, but sitting across a table from someone, social distancing, all that good stuff, it made it hard. So this is me trying to make a comeback, and I thought a wicked way to start on that comeback would be by showing you around BBHQ. Now, if you are a follower on Instagram, you would have seen, if you're a subscriber of the channel, you would have seen over the years, we've been moving from space to space. And when I say from space to space, I mean spare rooms, or it was garages, spare rooms. And then I had a lot of stuff in storage at a garage that I rented. At the end of 2019, we decided that we needed to upgrade. That's because financially, we could finally, and for the first time ever, actually do it. As well, we were acquiring more stuff than we ever realized that we was actually going to need or have. So we needed a bigger space for it. So like I said, in today's video, I'm going to give you a full tour of BBHQ. You've got to bear with me because I'm shooting this on my own. The camera's currently on a tripod, and well, I'm trying to get in as much as I possibly can. So let's drop some B-roll and I'll show you what this place is all about. What I'm going to try and do is I want to break it down to sections of importance, how we built the place, etc. You'll understand in a minute. But first things first, I want to talk about a massive selling part to this unit, and as basically one of the main reasons as to why we got it within our price range. We were so lucky. So especially where we are, like I said, we're based in Southeast London. Units are hard to come by and they're expensive. Little disclaimer before I talk about anything is the fact that the unit is quite dirty. You'll see some bits that are not finished, but it's a work in progress, okay? What I tried to do is obviously finish this unit. I didn't want to shoot this video until I actually had. However, obviously with coronavirus, not being able to get people in and me getting even busier with sales, which is absolutely great, it's been incredibly hard to actually fully get done. However, it's a fully working unit. We work in here every day now. It's amazing. I've got my first member of staff, Holly, and yeah, it's just been really cool to have a place to actually come to. So, like I said, first selling point of the unit were on doors. So this is a barn. It was completely empty. You can go through our Instagram highlights and check them out. BBHQ and BBHQ Plus, I think it is, for additional highlights. One of the things that we discovered over the years, when we were packing up our van to go to shows, one of the huge issues that we had was always getting to places at like 4-5 o'clock in the morning, packing the fucking van up in the cold, the rain, just the wet. It was horrible. So we wanted somewhere that we can back the van into and pack it up all the time when we were going to shows, even obviously COVID hit and we've been to hardly any. So we can literally fit my medium wheelbase van right down the center of here, open the doors up and stock it up completely in the drive. This is section 1 of the unit. Okay, and then section 2 is most probably the most least important part to the business, but most probably the most exciting part to you guys that have been subscribers since day one. This is the garage area. This is my 1989 Classic Mini. Now, this is really the sole purpose and the sole reason as to why the brand started. If you're new here, like I said, this brand was born from the automotive market. We've got our own car show, but as you can see, the car has seen better days. So this was stored in a garage, which was a couple of miles from my house, and because it was there, it got neglected. Long story short, in 2016, I think it was, I took this off the road. It stayed off the road. Let's just put it like that. So I had to get a unit big enough where I could get it in, see it every day and actually start work on it. I have started a few little bits, but it's been here for about 4, 5 or 6 months now. I can't remember, and not much work has gone on, but that is because I've been busy, which is a good thing. A couple of other elements to this section. At the very back is the tool wall. I mentioned that because that is literally the reason why this whole place is built. Everything that is on that wall built this space, the mezzanine floors, everything comes from there. And then a really cool feature that we put in is the TV up in the top corner. You might be able to see there's a wire dangling over it. We put a HDMI in and an iPhone connector on there. So the reason, or basically the main purpose of that TV was that I can now hook up my phone, play any tutorials and work on the car if there's something that I don't understand. As well, we can hook up a live feed from the camera when we're taking photos. So in the photo booth, we can always see what we've shot, how it's turned out and how it looks. Don't get me wrong, this holds the most nostalgia, this section. This is like the most historical to the brand, but the least important when it actually comes to the everyday runnings of the business. But of course, this is my baby, so I love it. Moving on to something that is massively important. This has been most probably the best part of the unit so far in regards to the business, making ourselves look professional, etc. And that is our photo booth. One of the huge kind of ideas of having this unit was to all of a sudden basically move everything in-house. So photography and basically getting all the products photographed in-house so that we could instantly upload them onto the website. I mean, you'll see our website, even the app, if you've downloaded them, they've got a wicked kind of look now just due to this photo booth. So we built it out all white. It's plasterboard at the back. I wanted to get it plastered, but I couldn't afford it. It was expensive. So what I ended up doing is actually buying a backdrop anyway. But the white plasterboard offers a wicked kind of reflection for the lights, etc. Really makes it white. This was an absolute godsend. It's one of the best sections of this unit, and I absolutely love it. It made our content go from amateur to semi-professional, and we're working on making it professional at the minute. So next up, I think I'll take you upstairs. Okay, so welcome to the first mezzanine floor that I'm showing you. However, this is the second one that we actually built. So let me explain. This right here is what we call like the half mezz. It's our stock room mezzanine, and this is above the mini. This is above the garage. Now, the reason that we built this was because, unfortunately, I actually ran out of money. I wanted this to be a huge mezzanine floor, just like the other side, which I'll show you in a minute. However, this section was basically an add-on because we were running out of room for all of our stock. So all these boxes, as you see them, is our blank stock. So the process that we actually go through with actually getting stock in now is very different to what we used to do. We used to order in our clothes, printed, done, straight to us. What we actually do now is we import our stock from overseas with a manufacturer. That allows us to have a lot more control over the quality of the garments, and they get shipped to us in the box load blank. And that's because what we're doing is we're buying in hundreds more than we ever have done before, and then obviously they get stocked up here. It was we were running out of space. We like to store all of the kind of uglier bits upstairs, i.e. the boxes, stuff like that. You'll see it on the other side as well, on the other mezzanine, and we needed a space for them. So we built this mezzanine floor. As you can see, it's quite ropey, but there's only ever us up here. And basically this gave us a place to get all the ugly bits out of the way, keep it up here, and then what we do before we get all of our stuff printed on, we just basically take out what we need downstairs in boxes, they go off to our printer, then they come back and they get stored in the stock room at the back, which I'll show you in a minute. Now, behind the camera, which I won't show you, is a shit ton of wood that we've got left over from all of the works that we've been doing, and down at the bottom of the tripod that you can't see as well, most probably, is a lot of mini parts, grills, arches, bumpers, everything, and a few more tools. So this is, even though this is like our stock area, this is a little bit of a miscellaneous area at the minute because I've got a load of bits down there as well. So this is, like I said, mezzanine number 1 that I'm showing you, but technically mezzanine number 2. So I'll show you downstairs. Let's move on to the cool bits. Okay, so this is most probably like my proudest section. It was the first section that went in to the unit. This is our living room come podcast area, and this has a lot of importance. There was a reason why I built this first. Obviously, like I said, we were building this place before coronavirus, before COVID, any of that, and this is crazy important, or was crazy important, to the whole building of this entire unit. So like I said, this is our living room area. I will take you inside, move the camera right now, and show you basically what this space is all about. Okay, so one of the huge things that I wanted to do with the unit was be able to offer a space that we could like host big clients. Now, you're mostly thinking, what the hell are you talking about? You run a clothing brand, right? So obviously a huge client of ours, if you, like I said, if you're a new subscriber, you don't know what Broke Boys is, we also host a car show as well. Like I said, the brand is born from the automotive market, and we host our very own modified and classic car show. And we have clients such as traders and people that pay us good money to come and trade at our show. And we wanted a place where we could sit down with them, talk to them, sponsorship deals, meals, etc. And this is basically what this space was for. It's also a chill space for us, a place to have the boys over, that sort of thing. And this is insane. Everyone's all like, anyone that's into cars, you've all got that dream of having like a cool chill pad area while like the cars are getting worked on. And this is basically it. It's absolutely amazing. But obviously, again, because of Corona, we haven't been able to do everything that we wanted. I haven't been able to have everybody over. We didn't have this completed to the standard that it is really until COVID hit, annoyingly. But a couple of elements. I'm sorry, but I'm going to shout about it. My Chesterfield sofa. I found that for really cheap and I fucking loved it. I was set on a Chesterfield and I finally got myself one. But little things, like obviously I said about saving money. I was saying like obviously everything that we did, I tried to save as much money as I could. The table, palette and some chipboard. I got some excess magazines in there just for, I don't know, a little read. I've read them, but if anyone ever came over, this sort of thing, it's a little area you can chill. Broke boys and girl mugs for teas and coffees. I had some drinks in here in my little beer crate. I do have an Xbox that we did have in here as well, but I've taken that home for now. Ignore these are lights, they're going up outside. And of course, the party piece, the telly, which fuels everything. So I thought to myself, I'd be able to do presentations on here, everything. It didn't happen, but I will do. Moving on to this. This is the bit that I love the most. This is basically a little wall displaying all of our show stuff and really one of our first ever collections that was photoed in this way. As you can see, we've got Broke Boys at the cinema, Broke Boys at the farm 1, 2, 3, Broke Boys at the arena, and then 2 of my favourite photos ever taken, which took pride of place on, as the big posters basically, of Souls Mark III Golf, and then Jake, another friend of ours who's got F100 Ford truck, which is unreal. And then, like I said, couple of shots of us at, well, me at the show just before I'm about to do the awards. Loads of behind the scenes stuff, and it's absolutely amazing. Another thing as well, which I've got to show you, which I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, Broke Boys cushions, because, you know, brand everything. So this is basically half of it, and now I'm going to flip the camera around and show you the other half of this room. Okay, so the second half of this room is, well, this is the meeting area, right? We called it the meeting area, but if you've been a subscriber for a while, last year when I said about that I was trying to hit podcasts hard, this is also the set of our podcast Let's Talk. So I wanted to use it as a bit of both. I wanted somewhere where I could sit down, eat and chill. I wanted somewhere that we could sit down, and if we did have, like I said, clients over, traders over, anyone like that, it gives us a meeting area where we can sit, discuss work, discuss business, which is amazing. And then it also became the podcast set as well. I thought it was a wicked way to host a podcast across a table, and it just looks cool, right? And then in the background, we've got everyone that's been to the unit on a little Polaroid photo, and then our on-air sign, which I thought was very cool as well. But this section, yeah, it did get used. It has been used a lot, this area, especially for the podcast last year. We did manage to get some, 5 in before Corona hit, and obviously social distancing came in, and we didn't know if we was going to be in a zombie apocalypse. Yeah, this is basically it. Cupboard over in the corner, just got some electrical stuff in. And as you might be able to see, I don't know if you can see on the camera, I hope that you can, a ladder, which takes us upstairs. I thought it fitted with the aesthetic. It's really cool, but it takes us upstairs. I'll take you upstairs now. Very, not very fun up there, but I'll show you up there anyway, just so you get a full tour of everything what's going on. A little bit harder to film up here. It's a bit crowded, as you can see. This is the mezzanine floor, which is above the living room, and this is literally, well, it was again a hugely important area for us. This is where we store all of our events equipment. I mean, this is where we get all the ugly stuff out of the way. So some of this stuff you might have, well, you can't really see it, but some of this stuff you might have seen at shows. Our scaffolding shop and pop-up shop that we put in, our stand, that's all at the back, and that gets basically taken and put down to the floor when we're going to shows with someone down at the bottom, and then obviously packed up into the van. And I got a bike up here and stuff. This is boring, but so important, like so important. This was one of the reasons why we took the barn on, because we needed somewhere to like start storing all of this stuff that we had acquired. But well needed. Okay, and then moving on to the brains of the operation is the office. So I'm going to take you inside, show you, well, where the actual magic happens. So yeah, let's go in here. Okay, so this is the office. This is the place that we can keep warm. Out there is absolutely freezing. I didn't tell you that bit, but this is the bit where we keep warm. And I'm going to start at this end. There's a load behind you, which I'll switch to in a second. But yeah, let me run through everything. So first things first, our desks. Big old desk, but there's me over there, my double screens, and then Holly usually sits here with a laptop. Holly deals with customer service, packing orders. She does a lot of admin work for me as well. And this is basically our packing station. So if an order comes in, we've got all of our packaging stuff for raw mail underneath here when it goes into the bags. You might be able to see we've got all of our stickers lined up at the bottom here. Vinyls are up the top. envelopes, packaging, and a load of boxes underneath for all of our bigger orders. Everything gets packed right here and then gets put onto this desk right after, once it's been done, and then it's ready basically for shipping once labels are generated for it. We've got our printer, a label printer, and then basically these drawers are full of things like tape. So yeah, we've also got just little things like our cutter, which cuts all of our stickers. Because we make them all in-house, it's a lot easier. Our Sonos, and that's it. I mean, I'm telling you random stuff. I'm hoping, I'll be straight with you, I'm hoping that you can't see what's up on these boards because it'll give a lot of stuff away. But we've got a lot of like flowchart stuff, basically, like, it sounds really boring, but stuff that we needed to organize really when we kind of like turned into a business. So flowcharts on daily jobs and like an email process, and then how to like upload and promote a product. We're working on it, we're getting better at it, but basically all of these little whiteboards that you see around you, or that you see in the background shots, are basically us going through all of that. One thing that you will see, our windows, I don't know if you can see it on the camera right now, but we've got cardboard boxes up at our windows because they're not finished. They're getting boxed in and we're getting blinds fitted. So yeah, this is this end, and I'm gonna flip the camera around and go to the other side. Flipped around, the packing station's behind you. This is our stock room. So let me explain the process with clothes to kind of reiterate a little bit more on what I said upstairs. So like I said, we order all of our stuff in blank now because we're ordering it in huge quantities, right? So when it comes into here and it actually gets counted, or it gets counted out on like the driveway section. We make sure that we've got absolutely everything that's meant to have been sent to us, and then we separate stock. So we box the stock up and actually put it upstairs if it's not going to be used for a while, and anything that's basically going to be printed comes straight into here, gets organized into boxes, gets sent out to our printer, and then we go and collect it once it's actually been done, and it gets put in here. Now you can kind of semi-see it, but we're really stocked up at the minute. Well, I say we're really stocked up. We're like 60-70% stocked up, which we haven't been for quite a while because we've been waiting on a lot of stock. All of our stuff comes in nice poly bags now, nice zipper poly bags, doing a bit of promo. It comes in here, and the way that we do our launches, if you're aware, if you're not aware, Sundays at 10 o'clock, we do regular drops every weekend. So this is basically like recycled. These will go out this weekend, hopefully, if we sell out, and then they basically get moved down. So they'll go out this weekend if they sell. If they don't sell, they get moved down. The majority of the time, touch wood, we're doing all right at the minute, so they do. And this stock goes, and then new stock replaces it. So we've got a load of stuff at our printers at the minute being printed. We're actually collecting it tomorrow, and that will come in. It will go in. All of these boxes at the bottom are empty, so it'll go into those boxes, and the shelves that are empty. This stuff goes out. This section right here goes out this weekend. Some of this stuff at the end is older stock, which is still going out and still being sold on the site, and then it gets refilled, and so on and so forth. So this half's a bit of a junk room bit, but we've got things like steamers for our clothes, so when we're photographing them out in the booth now, and just little things. Chocomel, which is out of date, and that's about it. Our sticker printers down here, we've got a roller system underneath, and we print all of our stickers, sun strips, everything in house. We've got CCTV up here that you can semi-see in the corner of the camera, and that is just basically so that we can see outside the unit while we're in here, because when we close the doors in the winter when it's been cold, we can't tell if anyone's knocking at the door. So we've got a bell system, etc. And we've got a bell at the main gate because this is on private land, and we've got a big old gate to get in. So it's like a gated little community basically. I think that's about it. Like I said, I feel like I've lost my touch with YouTube. I've definitely lost my touch with YouTube. I feel like I've lost my touch with filming and talking to the camera. It feels so strange. I got so used to it. Literally, like I said before this, I had to sit down and watch some of my old vlogs. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, this was meant to take place a very long time ago. A lot of people were saying, please give us a BBHQ tour because it looks mad. So I put a lot of work in, a lot of effort. Like I said, everything's built from the ground up. This place was bricked. I won't go into it, but like the roof, the ceiling, everything, the walls, the lot was all built from me and with help of some friends as well. It's been a struggle, but it's been real. Without this place now, I'd be in trouble. We needed this, and basically it helped the business grow massively. If you are an old subscriber, thank you so much for tuning back in. If you're new, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It will mean a hell of a lot to us. Basically, content that's going to come for the channel will be a lot of business and branded stuff now. So I'm going to do videos on like how to make a clothing brand. I might do day in the life vlogs, even though it's quite hard for me to vlog around work. I'm most probably going to try and hit that and show you guys basically like the processes of, like I said, like this, like getting in our garments, getting them in blank, tagging them, labeling them, all done by us in-house, and then getting rebagged back up for the customer, getting dragged down the end and being shipped out. I hope that's what you want to see. So yeah, basically that's it. I mean, I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you've got any suggestions, that's what I need, your suggestions. Drop them in the comments below, stuff that you want to see, so that we know basically what to put out and what you guys want to know. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you hopefully real soon. Safe.